Look who's with us on 10/11 morning. John Hillerman, Higgins from Magnum PI, who comes off as a supercilious dandy, but who is basically adorable. You know where I adored you most, John?
When?
When you got up to receive the Golden Globe Award for the Best Supporting Actor on Television. You know what he said? And I almost cried because he says, won anything. This is the first thing I ever won. And he's an accomplished, superb actor, but you've never won anything.
It took 27 years.
To finally...
To even, that was the first award for which I'd ever been nominated, which is what I said in the acceptance speech.
But it gave us a little insight into your character, that you're not the kind of person that you play at all.
Well, I certainly hope not. I like Higgins, though. We're not alike, but I do like him. I enjoy doing that character very much. He's fun in his own way.
I think you would like, or Tom Selleck at least says, that you would have people believe that you're really aloof and dignified, and there's rather a wall. But underneath, he's a nice, warm, kind, friendly guy. What happened in that card game where you lost?
Well, I invited Tom. I like to play poker, and I'm a good poker player. And I said, I was trying to get a game together. This was at my house in Honolulu. And Tom said, oh, I don't play poker. I don't know anything about it. I said, well, come along. I'll teach you. I expected to take him, of course. And he wound up winning an enormous amount of money, and I lost. And of course, he's never let me forget it.
How did you handle your loss?
Very gracefully. I was a gentleman. The next day, I went around the set passing out money to everybody. I lost quite a bit of money, and I lost to everybody, not just to Tom. But Tom really, I don't know whether he really was conning me or whether he was lucky. I haven't figured that one out yet.
John is from Texas, and usually people have a Texas accent. You worked very hard, didn't you? Yeah,
it took about, when I decided to become an actor, I was in the Air Force and I went to New York, and I was a stage actor for 15 years, and there are no cowboy parts on Broadway. So I had a very well-known New York voice coach named Fanny Bradshaw, who she worked with stars to get their voices, whatever they wanted to accomplish. And it took about a year, very hard work, to lose the accent. It's not easy to lose an accent.
And now you sound very British.
Yeah, well, what I'm talking now is what you would call standard American stage speech. Of course, for Higgins, I actually put on a rather mild English accent.
Yes. Well, it works.
Very British.
You want to kiss me, ducky?
Yes, of course not.
Love it. He left Broadway to go to Hollywood.
Right.
Do you consider Bogdanovich as the person who gave you your penthouse in Hawaii?
Well, I wouldn't say Peter gave me my penthouse in Hawaii. Magnum gave me my penthouse in Hawaii. But when I first came to Hollywood, of course, I was well known on the stage. Then you decide to come to Hollywood, and you have to start all over again. It's you have to prove yourself again to a whole different group of people. And Peter was wonderful because he kept giving me parts in his movies, not big parts, but small parts of size that gave me a reputation in Hollywood. So he was very helpful in the early years of my career in Hollywood.
Do you remember the last picture show, which was a jewel?
Yeah, wonderful.
And that was that your first one with Bogdanovich?
Yes, just a tiny little role, but it's those little things that really help, you know. And the roles got bigger. Finally, I did a leading role in At Long Last Love with Burt Reynolds and Sybil Shepherd and Eileen Brennan. I played Burt's Man Friday in Butler. And that was a large role. And all of these things, of course, really helped my career. So he was very helpful.
Well, I'm glad.
Well, thank you.
When did you decide to become a confirmed bachelor?
Well, I think I was born a confirmed bachelor. When you're a young actor in New York, I didn't have any money to get married and have a kid. That's the way to stop being an actor. You know, once you get married and have a child, you can't starve in a cold water flat like I did. You have to go out and earn a living.
Oh, yeah.
Which I didn't want to do. And now I guess I'm too old and set in my ways. I can't imagine living with anybody. I've lived alone all my life. And by the way, I enjoy it. So I think I was probably born a bachelor.
And you drink and you smoke.
And I'm very happy. You're quoting TV guys. I said I drink, I smoke, I don't exercise, and I'm very happy. Right? Which is all true.
And he learns lines very easily.
Yes, I learn lines very quickly. Thank
How do you do it? Do you do it just by looking at the script?
I really think it's a habit because, you know, as I say, I was on stage for 15 years. Well, you have to learn a whole play.
Yeah.
So learning, we shoot 7 pages of script a day, roughly. So after being on the stage all those years, it's a breeze to learn 7 pages of dialogue. I really think it's a mental habit. You know, if you're used to memorizing, it's easy for you, and if you aren't, it's difficult. It's a mental trick. I actually can see it on the page. When I'm reading the lines, I can see the lines on the page. I can't explain it, but for me, it's very easy. I'm so glad I know actors who really agonize over learning lines, and I wouldn't want to do that.
You live in Hawaii most of the time now.
8 months of the year, yes.
Are you taking advantage of the you don't seem like an outdoors kind of
I'm not
person
at
who would
all.
be out there hanging 10 on
No.
a surfboard and so on. But you stay inside where it's nice and air-conditioned.
I have an
and look out at it.
air-conditioned penthouse overlooking Waikiki, and I occasionally venture out on the lanai with a drink. And that's about it.
That's it.
That's it.
I love it.
That's it.
You've got a wonderful show.
Oh, thank
we
you.
love your character. Congratulations on your award. May you have many, many more.
Thank you.
May you be the best actor in a television series down the road.
I'll drink to that.
John Hillerman, Higgins on Magnum PI. Thank you.
Pleasure being here. Pleasure.
And 10:11 Morning continues.